I'm back. Welcome back to Panzer Corps Gold and playing hardball and the Battle of Prokhorovka. Supposedly the grandest tank battle in human history. Probably not, but the whole Kursk thing, the whole Kursk battle was the biggest tank battle. And here at Prokhorovka, certainly a lot of armor clashed. So I'm back from my vacation and I am going to tell you why it was actually not a vacation, but turned into a little adventure. And, well, the mischief of whoever or whatever is actually following me did not stop, because I just played this turn and then something went wrong with the recording. It's horrible, because everything went very, very nicely. Very, very nicely. So let's see if I can repeat that. I mean, we all know it's RNG here. But yeah, that's just part of my bad luck, my personal bad luck. So, but let's play this one here first, because people are craving for more Panzer Corps. And then if you're interested in my personal sorrows, but actually, I made some pretty interesting experiences there, where I went, which was in Hungary. Then we'll talk about it after doing our stuff here. So what has happened? Let's recall. We've got a Katyusha here that we messed up, and they are out of ammo as well. They moved into a position where they get some defensive fire by this hybrid 76.2mm anti-tank artillery piece. They've got Soviet mountaineers here, hold up in the hill to entrenchment. Not too deeply dug in there. There are more here. They are also entrenchment 2. And we made sure that no one is here in our center on the western part. 2 new heroes have arrived. Heavy Panzer, Kurt Knispel, and Tank Ace. We talked about them last time. Jagdgeschwader 52. This year, Erich Hartmann. Fighter Ace. And there are some more Soviet troops here. 2 battalions, T-3441 over here. One of them we already got a nice hit on. And the Su-76 over here. More we can see. I'm not sure. Did I actually shoot down a plane that tried to get away or so? I think there might be another one, right? That got away or so. Well, and then here in our southeastern part of our operational area, the Soviets are trying to get over to Rzavets or something. However, we do have an 88 here, and that's a nice thing to have when there are enemy planes in the sky. And we have here Yak 7, that's the 13 attack, the Yak 1, Yakovlev 11 attack, that's the one that traumatized our hero Bar. And I think he was here somewhere, right? Yeah, there. So, and then we've got the KV-1C tank over here, but I think they cannot just roll over their own conscript. So I think we are just staying very passive here. Yeah. But we could actually maybe have one shot at these guys there. Okay, so like that. Not great, but let's weaken them a little bit for later. And then here, our Flak. Let's shoot at the Sturmovik. And there's only one. Yeah, crap. I got 6. You can't believe it, right? I had 6. And I think I'm just playing this episode now. And then I'm just using the other one. The other turn. Because that went so much better. But let's see what happens. So I'm just playing this one here. So we have something on camera. But I feel I won't be betrayed by the software. I don't know what happened. Like, literally. I even made a check. And I don't know. Yeah. I think it must have been some software update or something. So then we've got here. We've got our Ultra U. And I think... Oh no, let's fight up here first. So, and then we can see if we can send some planes down there or something. And what we see, you need to look around. Oh yeah, let's actually... Why is he driving like this? 1, 2, 3, right, on the road. And this would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I want here. I want to drive around like this. So we can check out this one. Oh. Well, if we are here, we can look there. So let's do that. Oh, someone is here. A T-70. Our tigers shall do something about that. So we have our Ultra Grenadiers. You guys, you can reach this one there. We've got our Blitz Pioneers there. You guys can go into the trenches here, and then they are going to mess up the Katyusha. And they are going here, looking around behind the artillery. Nothing there, that's good. So we just need to mess them up. You guys, you cannot really reach anything. That's useful, but let's pound them. You guys go here, you fire at the Mountaineers. That's a crap attack. Then you guys, here this is kind of risky. So we should actually use the tank to block. That's also what I did before. There. Yeah, you shoot them. Okay. Now they are completely suppressed. The Brombeer can actually drive here and then shoot them. And then the Tiger will go here and mess them up. And here, our Hummel that has been messed up by the enemy gets a shot at the 76. There was also a crap attack. They are only suppressed at 6. Yeah, last time that also went very badly, that attack. Which is why I chose to use the Heinkel here. Yeah. Although there's certainly a danger here of Flak or so. But we have our long legs to move in. Yeah, they can just make a marathon run here into the hills or so. So I think we are good. The risk is under control. Unless they've got a spark here or so. But the 37mm here is not going to be in range, so we can do it with our guys, our Heinkel, our strategic bomber. Let's do that. Oh, nice attack there with 5. And now they are completely suppressed. Very good. I had 10, strength 10 before. Then actually you can mess them up. Not sure if they can actually provide this flanking bonus or so. Tank. Yeah. That's the thing here. Yeah, actually everything went pretty well here. And then I did use this plane here to attack the Mountaineers there. So I want to repeat everything just as I did before. But this one, now you have to go here. It's less of a risk then, although it would be smarter. But kind of doesn't matter, I guess, because we need to pound them. Oh, yeah, that was a bad attack. Well, then the Tiger drives here. And then with our flanking Sonderkraftfahrzeug. Oh yeah, we messed them up. Very good. Destroyed. Then here with flanking, the tank attacks the Soviet Mountaineers. Although no, first we will have one plane attack on them. And also providing, yep, they're very good. Providing defense here for the tank and for our Heinkel. Strong point is here. Okay, network of bunkers attacking Soviet Mountaineers. And you completely failed the attack. Okay. Then our Grenadiers mess up the artillery there. Yeah, and then that's the crap. But then these guys... Yeah, actually I went here. Now we can't do anything about it. Oh, we go here. Although kind of the hill would be better. But they are blocking off everything here as well. So then let's be here. Oh yeah, here there's a KV2, okay. Yeah, that was cool before because I didn't see this one before because I went here. This was a free tile. So they are actually here. And then during the enemy's turn, the KV was just briefly to be seen. That was a pretty cool situation. Just if you imagine that a KV2 is just rumbling through the forest in the distance or so. And I pulled these guys back to safety a bit. They went here. You guys drive there. And the next one they can go here. And then 1, 2, 3 shoot at them. You go here into the river, and then we will follow up here with these our Hartgebirgsjäger, and then they will help out over there. Here our U, Ultra U, you are attacking the Sioux down there, and yeah, that was a kill before. And then our Messerschmitt attacks these guys there. There was also well, there was an okay attack. Well, you guys attack the tank. And then kind of, yeah. Like the tiger goes here and messes up this one. No, here. This, like this. Our Panther messes up these guys. So here I went here, attacked them. Of course, we didn't have a shot here from the Sioux. And now you're failing your attack. Okay, well. As I said, I'm not accepting this. I'm not subject to such games here. But I'm just recording it so we have it on camera. So this one was destroyed. This one was destroyed. And then you guys, you went here. Yeah, I think, yeah. I went here, destroyed this one. And then I was thinking, okay. For 2, I think I went here. So to control the area there. Like here, I think. No, sorry. Of course, I went firstly here. I went here and looked around. I think, yeah, like this here. So there, looked around, nothing there. Okay, then you guys go here. This is our spy, Panther, with the hero that has spotting. Going like here, I think. And so then this one was all clear. Then I went here to control the area. That was actually not exactly like I did it before. Or like these guys. They went here, I think, like this. Aha. And then here. 1, 2. So he went here. Like this, because I didn't think that they would, like, if they have something here, they will probably most likely not come out of here. And then these guys, now that there are no planes, you go here. You go here. Well, it's not how I did it before. Crap. I was way smarter before. But I have to hurry up, by the way, because I've got an appointment in just a few minutes, and I wanted to tell the story as well. What happened, and otherwise I'm not going to make I'm not making it to upload the episode today, like on Monday. So unfortunately, we have to live in the situation like this. So, but then this guy. Like, I had 2 artillery pieces to defend the Sonderkraftfahrzeuge, and someone drove in, actually. So, like this. And then here, 1, 2. You went here, I think. Like this. Yeah, here. With our spy, that's our Ultra Tiger. We could look here. Yeah. And we see there is a 76mm there. Which is why I put these guys there as a defense. And this guy... went here. Yeah, sorry. That's kind of messed up now. You guys drive here. Yeah, there was some trouble with these guys. So let's see. Wurfrahmen. Or firstly, yeah, let's look around. Like here to check out if no one is there. Aha. Free area, okay. Then Wurfrahmen drives here. We are a bit worried about this open area here. Someone could drive in. Aha. Bad attack. But all suppressed. And then the Tiger has 9 attack. I think the attack went pretty badly. And I used the U. Because there was no hard target here. I attacked with the Kanonenvogel U. There was also bad attack. But they are further suppressed and now they don't have any entrenchment. Tiger, drive in actually here. So we can next turn, we can directly drive forth and you attack. And you fail your attack miserably, okay. And then I used this guy here, although originally I had planned to drive both of them here and start pounding them. There. And then I had to use a plane. I think, oh yeah, here. And then I tried to attack with this one here. And he failed the attack completely. And then they survived. And how did I kill them? Oh no, then I shot them here with the Sioux. And then they were gone. And now, of course, we can just go here and mess them up like that. So whatever. And then this one. You drive here, like that. Although I ended up here. So, and I wanted to make a trap in case someone sees us from there or so. Yeah, actually I ended up here and I kept a fighter there. Yeah, sorry, it's really messed up now. But we have to hurry up. I don't have time. And it's just typical, isn't it? So, and here I stayed out of sight and I wanted to look around and I drove here. Ah, yeah. So, and then we found out that they have some forces here, but no Flak there. Which is why I sent down this guy here. Just start softening them up. So, it's a regular attack there. And then I set up some fighters, like here, yeah, because here these guys, they can be seen by the regular infantry here. So I set them up with the fighter. This fighter protects them here. Here we've got the Flak. The infantry is not that much in danger. And then actually, like here we've got the defensive fighter. This guy, our Messerschmitt, doesn't need any defense because they are very, very strong. We're bringing one fighter here. I brought this fighter here. This fighter here. And these guys there, I believe. So like this. And then you guys, you draw them here. So like this. Yeah. And now, of course, they can see them. And actually, I think I had one here or so. So, but then you go here to provide escort services for our Ultra U. And that's it. And let's see what they do. It's kind of a little bit of an... no, here. artillery strike. I actually had to use, yeah, I also had to use both artillery strikes. I had hoped that one would be enough because it's just a little T-70. So we could actually shoot someone else there. And then our engineers, our pioneers would mess them up. These guys get more ammo. And here we already did the shot. We shot at the plane. So we can end the turn. Let's see what they do now. Up there, here we've got nice defensive shot. They are attacking the Panther to no effect. There's one here. Oh yeah, here our guy is coming. Yeah. Oh, nice. Totally messed up. Okay, now this is actually going better than before. But I think I destroyed a complete... Oh yeah, here, no, this is worse. They are attacking this guy now, right? Yeah. I think I destroyed a whole tactical bomber that drove in. Oh yeah, but this also didn't happen before. Yeah, it's all messed up now, but whatever. So let's just check it out quickly. That's where we can see what could go wrong if you do it in a clumsy way and you deny, if you don't deny the enemy the visibility, right? So this is what's the situation here. Yeah. That's what happened before. So they flew away because they were deterred by the 88. And here our Sonderkraftfahrzeug, they didn't attack there as expected. Of course, they could see us here. Before, there was no visibility here, of course, which is why I could pull this plane here. And I messed some of them up. So let me... Oh god, the time is running. Very, very quickly. So, and then, yeah, here we've got the attack. Yeah, okay. So now let's compare. So, and this is what happened before the real thing, yeah, which I don't have on camera. So, and we are taking this. So I'm not accepting that. I destroyed this one here as before, and literally here the same thing happened, except for the fact that I think I shot 2 of them or something, destroyed the T-70. They've got a Spark here that drove in. And we are sort of in trouble with all those tanks, but I think they will withstand this. And we've got the Flak. They shot down, I think, 6 or so, or maybe even 9 or so, but they got 72 experience. They were rookies at 0 before. Yeah. So that was super. Here, oh no, actually this is the same. Okay, I brought this guy here for his escort services. Here, I destroyed one guy here, I think, and then they sent in the Yak 7, which failed the attack. So nothing bad happened actually here in this turn. This guy got mauled by our Flak, our Sonderkraftfahrzeug, like this. This guy also drove in from somewhere here, but the double strike neutralized them, suppressed them, so we did not suffer anything here with them. Any casualties here. So they're at our mercy now, the T-3441. Then we've got the tactical bomber here and the Lavochkin at 17. That's a new plane. So these guys from here, they must be somewhere here or so. Maybe around this airfield or so. We'll see. Or maybe this guy. No. That's also a new one. Oh no, it's even a strategic bomber. So I really mauled the tactical bomber here. So they must be somewhere here now. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, they must be somewhere here now. But it's all fine. So here, this guy failed the attack. Yeah, and then here. This Sioux got the kill on the mountaineers here. And here... they withstood it. I think it was just one. That was a bad attack. But still, I felt it wasn't bad. So, wasn't a bad decision. And here, we messed up all of these guys. Our long legs ended up there, north of the strong point. And we saw that the KV-2 drove somewhere here. So, it must be somewhere here. Yeah, we know there's a KV-2 here. And that's our situation. So, and now what happened in Budapest? So I went to Budapest. in Hungary. And what I personally like to do is to do language classes in the morning during a vacation, and then do some sightseeing in the afternoon, and the homework for the language classes, of course. And I have some quite nice experiences in different countries, and usually that's a very nice concept. This time as well, to a degree. However, I ran into a lot of trouble, and it even started before my feet even touched Hungarian soil on the plane. A cheap flight. Suddenly, I mean, you remember I was really sick, right? But I wasn't so sick that, like, my nose wasn't running, I wasn't coughing or anything, although I had some throat inflammation, for which I just got some medicine, and my doctor said, "Oh, well, you will sit it out, it's okay." And I even didn't get any antibiotics. But you probably heard that in Germany, the doctors are rather reluctant to prescribe antibiotics rather sooner than later. Like, yeah, it's different from other countries. So I didn't get anything, and it had gone on for a while, as you recall from the previous episodes. And you can also hear that now everything is okay again, fortunately. But so I got on the flight, and suddenly I got an intense pain in my right ear, and my right eye kind of inflated, and it felt like it got pushed out of the skull. I couldn't close it anymore. That was sort of scary. So I thought, okay, let's get up and talked to the flight assistants, and I told them, I'm not sure, maybe there's a medical emergency, but can you look at my eye? I think it's getting bigger and I can't close it anymore. Well, and the flight assistant said, "Oh, well, that's normal. It's because of the water pressure, the air pressure. Yeah, it will go away once we land again." And, so I got back to my seat, and well, I sat it out, yeah. I mean, I put my hand over my eye to try that it wouldn't just pop out of my skull or something. And, well, I sat through the pain. And fortunately, the flight isn't that long from Berlin to Budapest. And, well, when we were there, the real trouble really started, because my accommodation was a private apartment. I had rented a room via Airbnb. I already noticed that there was a lot of scam going on. I had booked something there, but then terminated it because I noticed that it must be some scam or so, which is why I used one of these comparison platforms. And I'm not sure, like, if it was a corporation via Booking or something, what they have in the background. But that's how I got this apartment. And on the first day, I noticed that there were a lot of insects around, yeah, so like at the ceiling, which is why I also wrote a message to the landlord. Hey, I noticed there are a lot of insects there. Like, when your cleaning service is coming over, can you tell them please so they remove it? Thank you. However, no reaction happened, and I also noticed that there was no cleaning service coming. And after 4 days, for the first time, the guy wrote a message and said, "Yeah, today our daily cleaning service is coming." But they never entered my room, I think. And already after 2 or 3 days, I noticed that those insects were actually something very, very nasty. And those were bed bugs. Yeah. And I noticed that they were crawling on the bed and on the walls. In the late evening, they came down from the ceiling, so they had several nests there on some decorations and some decorative elements on the higher parts of the wall and under the ceiling. And I think they were also able to just let themselves fall down on my body, on my warm body. And when I noticed that, I was, of course, rather disgusted, but also, I did some research and tried to find out, okay, what to do against these things. I mean, I wasn't too worried at that point. because I also read that they can't transmit any disease or so, but you can have an allergic reaction or something, or you can develop allergies. So I did some reading, and of course you can do normal pest control, so use some poison or so. And now that the landlord didn't react, I of course wrote him several messages that there's something going on here and I can't stay like that. I can't stay in there, but nothing happened. And due to the fact that I didn't bring any online banking documents with me, I also couldn't book anything else via any web page. And I did check something, but it was super hard to find anything. And I nearly ran into the arms of another scammer there via Airbnb, or maybe even the same one, who knows, who was operating a number of apartments there, I think. So be very careful if you go to that place. And, well, I did read that there is, beside pest control, you can either freeze them to death at minus 15 degrees for 5 days, or at 60 degrees, which is usually the thing that you should do with any clothes or so. Wash them at 60 degrees, and then that kills them off in their egg form, and their nymph form, and all the adult bugs. So that's the thing. Of course, I couldn't do anything there, but I washed the bed sheets and so on, and then I found out that they had actually a nest inside of the mattress, most likely. On the lower side of the mattress, there was a huge hole, like the diameter of a finger around it, old, or maybe just the shed chitinous shell to the skin, where they skinned themselves or whatever while growing fat on the travelers there. And that was really horrible. But that reminded me of one really bad stay that I had in Spain once. And there, I think that wasn't bed bugs or so, but I also got stung by something, probably fleas or so. And back then in the day, when I learned Spanish there, I had reacted to this in a way that I just bought some chlorine-based cleaning detergent and poured that like a full bottle onto the mattress, and that gave me a number of days free time. And then I just got another one, put it on the mattress again, and that back then gave me sleep for the rest of the stay. So, and I did the same thing here this time, but it didn't work. So I poured several bottles on the mattress, but that didn't work at all. On the contrary, I think they even got more aggressive or so. And then I read, okay, there is, there's a substance that is something like crushed coral. So it's sharp-edged stuff. And the idea is that the bed bugs rip open their chitinous shells with it. And also, as it's sticky, they carry it to their nest as well, where they slice themselves open some more. Yeah? And then the idea is that they are dehydrating because their bodily liquids are pouring out of the shell. So, and that stuff, they had it in Budapest. I found it in an organic shop, but it was extremely expensive. So I thought, okay, well, how could we maybe simulate that? Yeah, so how to dehydrate bed bugs. So that's why I turned on the heating. There was like the room wasn't heated. It wasn't possible to heat the room, but there was a heating element, like a mobile radiator in the kitchen, plus a small, very stinky one in the room. So I put the small stinky one into the kitchen and took the other radiator, as there were no guests at that point, and put that one into my room and really put it to the maximum setting. And I also put some salt out, so like into the corners of the room around the bed and so on. But that kind of didn't help. So every night they were crawling on me and sucking my blood, I think. But I didn't even notice it like that. I just saw them and killed them, squashed them. Because at that point my body didn't react to that, to the bites, yet. Yeah. And then a couple of days later, when I tried to increase the dosage of salt, in the end, I had a huge ring of salt around me on the bed, like in a horror movie or so, trying to, exorcise the demons or something. And I was sleeping in the middle. Fortunately, I had a long-sleeved shirt with me and like long underpants, which I brought there in case of very low temperatures or so. And that came very handy because then they could only suck on my ankles and my wrists and my throat and my head, of course. But you can imagine that was a little bit traumatizing. And like every night at 2 to 3, I really woke up and saw them crawling everywhere. And then I killed them, usually something between 5 and 8 of them, like really big ones. Before I could get some more sleep. And you can imagine that wasn't so good for my learning efforts of Hungarian as well. Funny language, by the way, with lots of nuk, tuk sounds and so on. Pretty funny. And yeah, then when I noticed that it didn't help, I got, after reading some more, and after also seeing cockroaches in the apartment, I mean, I had noticed those before, but then I saw, okay, vinegar is supposed to deter them or so. Yeah, so cockroaches don't seem to like vinegar. That's why I produced some salt vinegar solution, so that stank quite nicely. That was certainly not good for my lungs. But I think like for one day, I think I had some more calm, so I didn't notice any of them. But then the next day after that, the stinging continued, and then my body also had some reaction. So I got huge red bumps, so like being stung by mosquitoes or so. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm not going to win this. I need to get out of here. And then I was looking for a hostel, so other accommodations, but that also kind of didn't really work out. Yeah, it was a hostel chain. I went to hostel A. Yeah, it was all pretty nice there and so on. But the guy said, okay, you can't book with us here locally, so you have to do it online. Well, then I did it online and I booked an economy room, single room. Yeah. And it turned out that it wasn't even like you couldn't choose a certain hostel or so. Yeah, that was a bit weird. I didn't even know that they had several locations there. But the guy told me, "Oh well, you didn't book it with our hostel here, but with hostel B from our chain." Okay, then I went to hostel B. There they told me, oh, well, you booked something, but it is a bed in a female dorm with 8 females. Yeah, so 8 bed female dorm. And you are not allowed to stay there, of course. Well, that's just terrific, I thought. But can we just have another room then? Oh, well, that's very difficult, the Hungarian girl told me, because we don't have any other open rooms here. Nothing is available. So, and then I thought, well, that's pretty bad. And also, when I'm supposed to cancel the room now, this booking, I wasn't supposed to get a refund. So obviously, I was a little bit reluctant to do that without compensation. But then a guy from Chile showed up, the boss of that shift, and he really saved the day. Yeah, we can't say it differently. He helped me, like he checked out, okay, we have this and that open bed and those rooms. Yeah, it turned out that this girl was kind of not right there. And he wanted me to book it online, but that also didn't work, like on their own homepage. And then he said, oh, well, as an exception, I'm doing this booking for you now. Just give me your credit card. So, and then that worked. However, I need to check it. Maybe they scammed me, but I don't think so. He was a pretty nice guy. Did a lot of talking with him during the next days. Then I got one bed in a 4-bed dorm for that first night, and that was the first night that I really slept well. Although I was obviously at that point, I think 8 nights without proper sleep. I was kind of a little bit on edge there. So I slept like a stone. But I think there weren't any more bed bugs there. And before I really, my free time after day 2 to 8 consisted of going to the laundry service and getting stuff to battle the bugs. And And the last night in this first apartment, I didn't even sleep. I was just sitting in the kitchen the whole night and slept at the kitchen table for 2 hours or so. That was pretty bad. And then the second room in this hostel B was a 2-bed double room or single room, with very, very narrow beds, just the width of my shoulders. So I couldn't really move much, but at least there weren't any bed bugs there. However, the climate system, like the air conditioning, was super loud, so I couldn't sleep properly. And the room after that was better. There I had a double bed with like a French bed, something like 140 centimeters or something, I guess. However, there were also bed bugs. And then I met a girl from California. She slept in a female dorm there, and there were also bed bugs, and she was totally bitten, but she was also a little bit ill-disciplined because she scratched herself like crazy, like all the time, and like she had an open leg from the scratching, so that wasn't so good. But I gave her some zinc salve that I had bought at a pharmacy. At that point, I had already a second bottle. That was literally, like, I was really the angel, God's tool, so to speak, because, like, literally that day I got a second bottle because the other one was nearly empty, so I just could give her the first bottle. But that's how I know that it is a common problem over there. Also by the reaction of the pharmacist, because she said, it was also pretty cheap, that stuff, the zinc salve. That's what we use for those bug bites. Well, and then after finding out that there were bed bugs in those rooms, we told the guy from Chile, and he was very, very, very friendly, and immediately got us different rooms where we could sleep without bed bugs for the first time. And that was like the last 5 or so days for me. And then I really had a good vacation. Didn't learn too much Hungarian, unfortunately, due to all that trouble. Yeah, and then getting through the whole quarantine stuff, that I put on myself by washing my clothes, also those that were actually not supposed to be washed, at 60 degrees. And I think my jacket shrunk a little bit. Into plastic bags and so on. So I'm fairly certain you might probably think, that guy just infested the whole hostel or something. No, I didn't. I'm very certain of that because I kept the suitcase in the old place and had all my stuff in plastic bags and brought it to the laundry service. And now half of my stuff is still in my basement back home. Some pieces are in the fridge, in my freezer, and others I already washed at 60 degrees to kill off anything and everything. And that's the story. So, and then I went to the sauna to clean myself up as well, and I'm fairly certain that I didn't infest my home here. But that was pretty a pretty adventurous and disgusting thing to experience. So now I really need to hurry up. That was the story. Now the Let's Play will continue as usual, I think, if I can manage. So, and I'm keeping this here. So this is our situation here. I just wanted to do that because, I'm not being denied the success here. And that was the program's fault. I'm not sure. Maybe also something with my keyboard. I'm not sure. Maybe someone fiddled with it while I was gone or so. Who knows? The agents or so, who knows? The socialist agents in Germany or so. We shall see. So, but, well, that's the story. Enough of that. Many thanks for listening to it, if you made it to this point. Let me know what you think. And if you know anything else against bed bugs, so that's my advice if you ever encounter them. 60 degrees, washing stuff. 5 days in the fridge at minus 15 degrees. Or if it's winter and you have a reliable minus 15 degrees, like I'm speaking Celsius, of course, not Fahrenheit. then you could do that as well, of course. And otherwise, it's just pest control. But they do offer, like at least in Germany, they offer mobile tents where they provide this higher temperature. In theory, they would have gotten to the airport. But I found out quite some stuff. Yeah, they at the Berlin airport, they had made an offer to the guys there. But those demanded a very, very high rent and also part of the profits, which made the whole thing totally unprofitable. Yeah, pretty weird. But yeah, that's just how it is. So, and that's enough for today. Many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one still. The simulated turn number 4 here on July 12th, 1943. We'll continue next time, and then we shall see what's going on. So, and yeah, if you like this one, don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. You're heartily invited, and I would really appreciate if you have any experience with bed bugs or anything that you wish the general public to know, or just me. Throw some lines down there. That would be awesome. Yeah, and otherwise, I'm back. I'm healthy again, and we'll have more episodes coming up soon. See you next time. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye-bye.